brand new episode of Gadget Nation and me, Nick Carruthers, and as always, I'm incredibly excited. Lots to show you, some apps, some games, and of course, plenty more, including a brand new camera, which has got me very excited. So, enough talk, because that's kind of boring. We want to see exactly what's on offer. So, onwards to the show.
BlackBerry Limited today introduced the new BlackBerry Z3 smartphone in Malaysia.
So, there's a number of specs built into this product. We built a product which, enables us to have an affordable product, which is in the right price segment at 699 ringgits. It's a 5-inch device, which is one of the key criteria for this because, we know Malaysians are looking for larger devices. They want access to devices which have more accessibility for them. So that's one of the key criteria on it. And, optimized for the battery power as well. So we have an extended battery power life on here.
The BlackBerry Z3 smartphone provides BlackBerry users more ways to connect and share with an experience built on reliable, secure communication. Samsung Malaysia launched the arrival of its lightest and thinnest tablet to date, the Galaxy Tab S.
Well, with the Galaxy Tab S is our flagship tablet. We have a wide variety of tablets to suit the many needs of consumers in Malaysia. It is a combination of industry-leading software and hardware. You'll see a very special hardware for just like the Super AMOLED in the device, which will give you a very rich, immersive viewing experience. It's the first time in a tablet. You have that. It also comes with premium content ecosystem and also in a very premium, sleek design. So all that will give a very premium experience to the consumer. We are targeting to lead the tablet segment with the Galaxy Tab S.
The Super AMOLED tablet combines the most advanced display technology with a full range of premium content for an unrivaled entertainment experience.
There's my jacket. Haha! Here's my jacket. Alright. So, what else do I have on offer today? Well, I did promise you some really cool things. For example, how about a brand new camera? Something from Sony, something which got me excited simply because the last one from last year was amazing. Does it top it? Does it make it better? Is it worth it? So many questions to be answered. Let's take a look at the Sony RX100 III. Exciting times. If you remember, I'm not sure how long ago it wasn't that long ago, but I reviewed the camera that you can see right there, which is the Sony RX100 II. Obviously that's a successor to the original one, which we really loved here, and we love the second one as well. For me, the RX100 II was probably the standout camera in terms of the compact series of 2013. It's a good second camera to have if you're really into photography. If you've got a big DSLR, but on occasion you can't use the big camera, that is a very good backup. And I've taken many a good picture with the 100 II. So obviously, being such a great camera, I was really looking forward to seeing exactly what would come out for the year 2014. So firstly, let's just take a look at the specs of the Sony RX100 III. Let's just take a look at how the body differs from what we've seen before. So, looking at the top, you may notice one very big difference. Now, here is the 103, here's the 102. So, just looking at the top, you may notice that the 102 has that hot shoe element right there, something which wasn't present on the RX101. But they've lost it for the RX100 III, and for good reason, because there's an EVF, electronic viewfinder, right there. Very exciting, and it pops up. In fact, I'll show it to you not just yet. I just want to continue showing you the rest of the body. At the back, it looks very similar indeed, as you can see. Perhaps a couple of noticeable differences. You can see there's a C button right there for the RX100 III, and well, there's about 41 different customizations that you could put there. So obviously lots of options, make it very personal for you to use, whereas on the 102, it's actually the trash button. So a couple of differences right there from the start. And if we flip over, we can see everything else is pretty much the same in terms of how everything slots in together. Now, something else which I have to highlight is it's got the same 3-inch screen at the back, but now you can take selfies with it. You can flip it around and you can make it facey. This is great if you're also going to be setting up shots, etc. And in case you're wondering, this is not touchscreen, just like the last one. So previously on the RX100 II, that's as far as we could go, but now obviously it's a bit different. Now we can flip it around, etc. So obviously that's a nice little addition. Just going to put that down right there. So in terms of the cosmetics, it's obviously, for me, a vast improvement. Now the flash is effectively still the same. Well, if I switch it on, then you can actually see right there. So we can snap away, and it's a bit different to what we've seen before. And I have to say, I was a big fan of the flash. I took a lot of night pictures of the RX100 II previously, and this is nothing if not an improvement on what we've seen before. So I'm just going to put this on, just so you can see exactly how it looks right there. So on the previous one, it was more on the left-hand side of the camera. Now it's much more central. So I'm just going to pop it back into place. Now, what's really cool is having the electronic viewfinder right there, next to where the flash is. This is on a compact. This is not something you usually see on a compact, and it does make a nice little touch. Now, one thing that's a bit weird about it is, well, if I look through it right now, it's actually kind of blurry. What you have to do is you have to pop it out like such, and then you can actually look through it, and then you can start taking your pictures. That's when it becomes actually very, very clear. I'm very impressed with it. Now, one thing I didn't like, and I'm sure they can fix this with an update, a software update, is the moment I close it, it'll actually switch the camera off. So sometimes I don't want it to switch off. Sometimes I just want to look through the LCD more than anything else and continue taking my pictures. But again, that's a very small issue which can be fixed, hopefully, by a patch or an update in the near future. Overall, I have to say it's pretty nifty. One or two things might have been sacrificed. For example, the range of the telephoto, not quite as good as the RX100 II, but obviously with a better image processor, etc. inside, it tends to make up for it. And it's actually improved in the other sense, not telephoto, but the macro, so you can actually get some better pictures in that, if that's your thing, obviously. Obviously, I have to compare the two, because if you just look at the exterior, there's really not much difference. I mean, I have the case here, and it says on the back, I could use it on the original one, on the second one, and the latest one. So I think that shows there hasn't been much change in terms of the body and the size, etc. It's still got that nice aluminium feel to it to make sure that it's a light camera and it's easy to travel with. So obviously, if you're looking at it to the naked eye, there's not going to be much difference. Now, I'm not sure how good it was losing the hot shoe for the RX100 III. Obviously, having the EVF is a huge bonus, and I guess sacrifices have to be made. So you either have this or you have that. Now, it's quite telling that Sony are going to continue selling the original one and the second one in the shops, because they're still great cameras. If you're using the RX100 II, would I suggest that you upgrade? No, I wouldn't. If you're using the RX100 would I suggest you upgrade? 50-50, because really the RX100 is still a great camera in itself, but if you have to have the latest with all the bells and whistles, by all means go for the RX100 III. It won't let you down in any way if you've used any of the previous versions. But if you're already using those, just think twice about why you're purchasing the next one, and well, if you really, really want to. Perhaps the RX100 IV could be the one for you to choose an upgrade. In the meantime, I've loved using it. I think it's great. Everything we've loved about the previous ones has been stepped up with this, and it's definitely worth checking out. And in the same way the RX100 II was the compact of last year for me, this could very well be the compact of this year. And well, Sony, you've done a great job.